Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. And it is a crappy season for New York sports overall. But on the ice, it's going pretty damn well. Dave Maloney of MSG Networks and New York Rangers Radio Network joining us as well. And Dave Maloney, good to talk to you, Dave. How you been?
Really good, guys. Belated Happy New Year. And I know the last time we spoke regularly was during that nice run last spring. So it would be nice if we could continue that, but boy, oh boy, we got a good one here tonight. A couple teams playing really well with the Islanders and Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers and Islanders, and Dave, we talk all the time about how New York sports right now, just to be blunt, is sucking it up. But these two teams are just playing so well on the ice.
Yeah, very much so. I know certainly the Rangers are really playing to their strengths, and that's been a team that, once they got themselves healthy, have had a chance to be that puck possession, quick, well-executed group that we saw last spring, and a bit of a makeover over the summer. And I don't think you can underplay the health being a factor here. Both teams are healthy, so that's also a good thing at the midpoint. But and the Islanders, I think, a lot. They did a lot of good things in the off season, going back to the free agency signings of Grabowski and Kuhlman, and then the trades right at the opening night for Leddy and Boychuk. So I think this sets up to be a heck of a game mid-season. The Metro race is tight and all the good things. So many angles, many good stories, good players all involved here tonight.
Well, Dave, you talked about health. Is that the reason the Rangers have won 13 of the last 14, 16 of the last 20? What exactly is behind this real hot streak?
Well, that seems to be the common theme when you ask the players and the coach, you talk to the coaching staff, that once they got themselves healthy, then you have a chance to be who you think you're going to be. And we talked about the makeover in the off season with Strawman and Boyle and Richards and Pouliot, different guys moving on. It was going to take some time for this thing to kind of come together under Vigneault's style of play, and really when they got healthy, I think it turned. There was a little inconsistency in the play of Lundqvist and perhaps the blue line to begin with, two areas of the hockey club that you really are going to take for granted on most times. So you knew that was going to get better. So a lot of things have fallen into place. I think this recent three-game trip out west really kind of validated who they've been recently. They beat up on teams perhaps who were in the rear view mirror at this time of the season prior to heading out west, and you're going to play those big, heavy teams out west and see how your speed and execution is going to work against those teams. It worked out pretty well. And Henrik Lundqvist probably had to be really good against San Jose to get that win. But all in all, I think at the end of the day, if you've got the guys in your lineup who are going to give you the best chance, and that's the Rangers have, then you're probably going to be a little better served.
Dave Maloney of MSG, also New York Rangers Radio Network. And Dave, last year we would ask you multiple times, where is Rick Nash? Why isn't the team getting more production from Rick Nash? And this year, he's top two in terms of goals scored this season. What's the big difference in Rick Nash?
Well, I'm going to say, Rick Nash and the coaching staff have suggested that he played as well going down the stretch and into the playoffs. And I think he did play as well, but as we all agree he's going to get judged on how he produces, and he's certainly producing. And I think it may quite easily go back to an off season that included a little different idea how to get ready for a season. So his conditioning seems to be better. He looked different when he showed up for the first day of camp. He tested out in the top three when it came to the different standards they have for conditioning. And to me, his shifts have been longer. He's been a more dominant free zone player, and he's really been the catalyst to this club. Henrik Lundqvist will always be the most important player, but you're going to be a lot different team with your lead guys being as involved as Rick Nash has been. So I think his conditioning has been a big factor in his play, because when we talk about the regular season anyway a year ago, a season that started with him being concussed, he did score 29, but he was going to be judged in the playoffs for nothing in the finals. So that's all in the past, and I think Nash is as legitimate MVP candidate as there's been in the league for the first half of this season.
Dave, as good as the Rangers have been, they're still looking up at the Islanders in the standings. Team, like the Islanders have been doormats for years. What are they doing to finally turn this thing around?
Well, it was just going to take time. I mean, they have a number of their, lottery picks basically in their lineup. They force-fed guys like Bailey and Oposo, and it certainly didn't hurt Tavares, but I think they paid a little bit for forcing a lot of young guys into the NHL before they were really ready. But for them, it's kind of worked. I think you can go back to two playoffs ago when they extended Pittsburgh to 6 games. I think they got a little bit ahead of themselves last year. And then Tavares got hurt last year coming out of the Olympics. So it's just going to take time for that core of that to really believe that they're going to be contributing National Hockey League players. And then I mentioned before, I really think they did a really good job with Grabowski and Kuhlman. Now, it doesn't sound like Grabowski's going to play tonight, but those 2 off-season free agency signings, there's an argument they may have overpaid a little bit, but that's slotted 12 forwards into where everybody should be. And then the acquisition of Leddy and Boychuk, you're bringing in 2 guys that have both won cups. Leddy's still in his early 20s. I think he's only 23, 24. Boychuk's a little older. But now you get 2 top 4 guys, and that really strengthens your back end also. So they really, on a quality basis, added to their depth. And when with the maturation of their young players, this has become a legitimate team. And then finally, they invested in a goaltender, went right out after Halak early, got him signed, and he's been good.
2 of the hottest teams in hockey happen to be in the state of New York. How about that for refreshing? Islanders, Rangers tonight, 7 o'clock. The puck drops on MSG Network. You can see Dave Maloney before and after the game, and of course hear him on ESPN New York 98.7 as well. And Dave, as always, my friend, good to talk to you, man. It's been a while.
All right. Yeah, hopefully we can keep this thing going. And I know the last couple of springs we've had an opportunity to chat. So it's always good to talk to our friends up a little further north, and stay warm. We'll chat soon.
Hey, we'd love to be talking to you, when you're hedging your bushes one day, or, the shutters that you're taking care of, whatever yard work you're doing in the spring. We'd love to be still talking hockey with you at that time.
All right, look forward to it, guys. Thanks for calling.